Yeah, sorry guys. Yeah, I just want to do another quick video while I'm on a little bit of a roll today. Just starting to feel better. Well, I've had a really bad flu for nearly 3 weeks, and that's sort of clearing up now. So I'm really pleased about that because yeah, it's pretty rough for a few weeks. So yeah, just started doing a little bit of training again and stuff like that. Um, the main reason I do training really is because I've got a bit of sciatica, in my back, like a trapped nerve, and it seems to help if I'm constantly moving all the time. It's a bit painful if I stay in the same position for too long. But anyway, yeah, the story, because I was doing a story earlier on, which is uploading now about the part two in the rehab from prison in the 1990s. I just want to do another little story from the 90s and the late 80s. And I just want to say, when I was first going youth custody, like Feltham and Rochester, all them places, Ashford, and that sort of stuff. I mean, I was like 17, 18, and I'd been using heroin on the street for a few years, but I never used in there as a young offender at all. Never got any medication off them. I mean, in Rochester in the 80s, there was one guy that used to get Ficeptone, methadone, but in an ampule, but he was on a private doctor outside and he was unconvicted, so he used to have to go down to the doctor's office and the doctor would give him the injection every day, once a day, because that's a 24-hour drug, so until he was convicted apparently, and then he would have been took off, because as far as I know, I think I've said before that in the English jails you didn't get anything. When I was first going away in the early 90s, that you didn't get any opiates or any opiate substitution medication. When I was first doing my sentences, I was on a prescribed methadone dose outside, as well as heroin and benzos, and didn't get anything at all in Belmarsh. So that was, I was on 2 or 3 different drugs that I'd been on for quite a while outside. But once you got convicted, then you didn't have the rights to be able to get that medication until I think somebody took it to the European Court, and then in the 90s they started giving out methadone and stuff like that. But I remember one time, I think it was 93, in Highdown, and the doctor there, the main doctor that we used to see, or that you used to see down in the healthcare, was this lady called Dr. Williams, and she was really quite progressive, really nice lady and stuff like that, and she would try and help you. But like I say, I knew guys in there, that were getting like 10 G6, which were like a bit like Subutex, but they only last for 4 hours. There's no extra bit in there that locks onto your brain, or however it works. That Subutex, it's just the morphine, and it lasts for 4 hours, but it's similar where it goes under your tongue. My little cellmate was getting them. I know a few people that was getting them in there, but like I say, at the start I think I got a few DFs, and that was about it, and maybe a couple of Valium, but I think that was about it for a few days, if that even. But I do remember getting these tablets called Lomotil for my for the stomach cramps. When you're coming off of methadone or heroin, you get really bad stomach cramps. It's like you swallowed glass or something. And these go on for weeks if you're coming off methadone. So Dr. Williams has given me these tablets, and I've had them once before on the outside, and I think I was prescribed, 6 or 8 a day, and you're meant to take them to stop the runs. And yeah, I had them before, took them as prescribed, and they did sort of help stop the runs, but they didn't really get rid of the cramping pain and stomach pain completely. They just sort of bound you up a bit. So what was happening, like I say, I was in this in Highdown in 93, and like I say, I'd been doing a detox off the street, big street habit, at least 1 gram a day of heroin intravenously, no doubt, and crack and other stuff, benzos. So I'm coming off all this. So basically, I'm climbing the walls in the cells, basically, really ill for days, 2-3 days at a time, and I haven't had a visit, hadn't got anything off anyone else, so just been completely sick for 2-3 days, you know, hadn't slept at all. And so it's the third night, and I was sitting in my cell thinking, God, I just feel terrible, you know, and it just wasn't getting any better. And I thought to myself, do you know what, I've got these tablets here, these Lomotil things, and I had about a month's worth, and I was on about eight of them a day, you know, so times 7, that'd be 64 tablets a week, and they're these little tiny things, you know, and I didn't know much about them. I didn't know, so basically what I did, I took a load of them thinking, you know, maybe it'll help. And what I couldn't believe, in about 45 minutes later, I was out of my nut. I wasn't just feeling better and well, I was actually buzzing off them. The only side effect was a really bad dry mouth. Apparently, I found out that these Lomotil were actually an opiate. You know, obviously if you take them as prescribed, they're not going to do anything. But if you've got loads of them saved up, like I had, and take them all at once, you do sort of feel them. But like I say, yeah, I ended up taking about 60 of them, which is probably pretty dangerous now, so it's no surprise that I had a dry mouth. But yeah, they really got me out of trouble. And I told a couple of other cons and that, and they were trying them, and then the whole prison started going mad for them, you know, and then too many people got on it, and then everyone was buying and selling them things and trading them up, you know, because, I mean, minimum, some people would take 10 of these things and they'd be buzzing, you know. For me, I'd have to take at least 20 or 30, you know, just to get me out of trouble. But yeah, but like I say, what they did after this, because everyone was getting on it and taking loads of them, and what they did, they stopped giving them out a week's worth at a time. So basically, if you was on these Lomotil, you had to go and get them each day, you know, and you could possibly save them up that way to get a buzz. Because if you took the daily dose, the 8 tablets, chances are, if you're used to opiates, 8 tablets of those Lomotil not going to do anything. They were similar to codeine phosphate, but a lot better, I thought. I think they're called diphenhydroxylate. They're some sort of synthetic opiate, you know, and like I say, the dosage was only 2.5 milligrams in each of these tablets. But yeah, like I say, after everyone found out about all that, they got hard to get in there, and I think shortly after that, they started giving out methadone for detox, and then it was this stuff called Britlafex, which was, you know, it's like an antihistamine, then Subutex, you know. So I don't know what they're doing now, but the last time I was away in Highdown in 2003, it was Subutex they was giving for opiate detox. Anyway, guys, just another little story there. Just felt a bit like getting a few videos uploaded and getting back to normal after the illness that I've had recently. And yeah, have a good one, and speak to you all soon. Thanks a lot, guys, girls. Cheers.